Nagano, a mountainous prefecture in central Japan. Once isolated amid its towering peaks, it's now a popular retreat, famous for skiing, hiking, history, and monkey hot springs. You're probably imagining the football scene here to be equally sedate. Well, the hills are alive with the sound of football. This is Football Destinations Japan, Nagano. Nagano is a landlocked prefecture that shares borders with, deep breath, Niigata, Gunma, Saitama, Yamanashi, Shizuoka, Aichi, Gifu, and Toyama. The prefectural capital is Nagano City, which gained international recognition when it hosted the 1998 Winter Olympics. More on Nagano City later. We'll start our football tour of Nagano Prefecture in another of its cities, Matsumoto. Matsumoto is a historical city of around 240,000 people. It's famous for its striking castle, often referred to as Crow Castle due to its unusual black exterior. The castle dates back to 1594, which is somewhat older than the local football club. But Matsumoto Yamaga also have an interesting history. Looking at the J.League today, a large number of the clubs come from corporate backgrounds. Many were company teams in the Japan Soccer League era, only shedding that identity to join the J.League, which prohibits corporate sides. Matsumoto Yamaga, however, don't come from a corporate background. Instead, they come from a coffee shop. Back in the 1960s, a group of players from the Nagano prefectural team used to frequent a coffee shop in front of Matsumoto Station. In 1965, after many hours spent discussing the idea over coffee, they decided to form their own team, naming it Yamaga Club, after the name of the coffee shop. The word Yamaga is a combination of the Japanese words for mountain and elegance. Unfortunately, the original Yamaga coffee shop no longer exists. However, in 2017, the club opened a new Yamaga cafe in the centre of the city, in recognition of the establishment that started it all. In 1975, Yamaga Club became a founding member of the regional Hokushin Etsu Football League, and this is where they stayed all the way up until 2009. But the club's fortunes began to change in 2004. In this year, the Alwin Sports Project was established to run the club as a non-profit organisation, with the aim of reaching the J.League. In 2005, the club's name changed to Matsumoto Yamaga as the push for professional football continued, and in 2009, the club won promotion to the national level Japan Football League, just one step below the J.League. This ended the club's 35-year spell in the Hokushin Etsu League. The club's stay in the JFL wouldn't be quite that long. In fact, it would take only 2 years for Yamaga to win promotion. 2011 became one of the most important seasons for the club, but also one tinged with sadness. On August 2nd, defender Naoki Matsuda collapsed after a training session. He had suffered a cardiac arrest and passed away 2 days later. The former Japan international had signed for Yamaga from Yokohama F. Marinos at the start of the season. As a mark of respect, Marinos retired his former squad number. Matsumoto Yamaga ended the 2011 season 4th in the JFL, which was enough to win promotion to the J.League for the first time. Upon entering J2, the club continued to progress. Yamaga finished 12th in their debut season and 7th in their second season. And then, in 2014, Yamaga recorded a second place finish to gain promotion to the top flight of Japanese football. Life in J1 though was difficult for Yamaga, and their debut season turned out to be a solitary one. They finished 15th in both stages, but ended up 16th overall and were relegated back to J2. But that wasn't the end of Matsumoto Yamaga's J1 story. In 2018, they won the J2 title to book a return to the top flight. Again though, it would only be a 1-year stay. This time Yamaga finished 17th and would be back in J2 for the 2020 season. Matsumoto Yamaga are currently the biggest team in Nagano, having spent 2 seasons in the top flight. But they're not the only J.League club in this prefecture. AC Nagano Parceiro were founded in 1990 as Nagano Elza Soccer Club. They're based in Nagano City, the prefectural capital, famous for Zenkoji, a temple that dates back to the 7th century. And similar to Matsumoto Yamaga, this club doesn't come from a corporate background. Nagano Elza were founded by former high school players from the local area, and the club spent their early life in the local Nagano and regional Hokushin-Etsu leagues. It wasn't until the mid-2000s that Nagano began making progress. In 2006, experienced Brazilian coach Valder Vieira joined the club. In addition, professional players were signed, a new training pitch was opened, and a clubhouse constructed. The club were now clearly targeting a future in the J-League, and took further steps towards this goal in 2007. In this year, the club's ownership structure changed to make it a public company, and the team name also had a makeover, becoming AC Nagano Parceiro. Parceiro means partner in Portuguese, a name that recognises the club's role as a partner in the community. But this change of club structure didn't immediately herald advancement. Despite constantly challenging for and winning titles, it wasn't until 2010 that Parceiro escaped from the regional Hokushin-Etsu League. In that year, the club won the league title and finished as runner-up in the Japan Regional Football League competition to be promoted to the Japan Football League. Parceiro took the step up to the JFL in their stride, finishing second in their first 2 seasons. And in their third campaign, they went one better, finishing as league champions and advancing to the J-League. The club were on a roll. In their first ever season in J3, they finished second. But at this time, this didn't mean automatic promotion. Instead, they went into the J2-J3 promotion relegation playoff, where they met Kamatamare Sanuki. And over 2 legs, the team from J2 edged it 1-0 to avoid relegation. Narrowly missing out on promotion would now become a pattern for Parceiro. They would finish third the following 2 seasons. But the future was still looking bright. In 2017, the club moved into the stunning Nagano U Stadium. But like many teams that move into a new ground, the club suffered something of a slump. They finished 5th in their first year at their new home, then 10th, and then 9th. But in 2020, the club were back challenging for promotion, and back to falling just short. Parceiro went into the last game of the season knowing that a home win over mid-table Iwate Gruja Morioka would be enough for promotion. Instead, they lost 2-0 and were overtaken by SC Sagamihara, who won 2-1 at FC Imabari. The wait for promotion goes on. When it comes to women's football in Nagano Prefecture, the biggest team is AC Nagano Parceiro Ladies. The club began life in 2000 as Ohara Gakuen SC, before becoming AC Nagano Parceiro Ladies in 2010. The club formerly competed in the Nadeshiko League and is a founding member of the J.League, Japan's new professional women's football league that will get underway in autumn 2021. The football culture in Nagano is wild. It could be said that the organic nature of its 2 clubs, with both Matsumoto Yamaga and AC Nagano Parceiro being started by passionate football lovers rather than corporations, is a major reason for the football passion here. It's impossible not to get carried along with the enthusiasm of the supporters. I've been to watch both Matsumoto Yamaga and AC Nagano Parceiro on a couple of occasions, and I can say that without doubt, they are always my favourite football watching experiences in Japan. The fans of both clubs truly make the most of their incredible stadiums. Matsumoto Yamaga's Sunpro Alwin Stadium is exposed to the elements. Surrounded by mountains, it feels like a fortress of football. You are likely to get snowed on, rained on, and sunburned here, possibly all in the same day. But it's a football experience unlike any other in Japan. Highly recommended. AC Nagano Parceiro play at the breathtaking Nagano U Stadium. This purpose-built football stadium was opened in 2015 and is not only one of the best stadiums in J3, but, in my opinion, one of the best anywhere in Japan. The acoustics are superb, it looks incredible, and the view is stunning. It's a stadium deserving of a much higher level of football, and hopefully AC Nagano Parceiro will soon achieve promotion. It goes without saying that when Matsumoto Yamaga and AC Nagano Parceiro meet, the atmosphere is electric. The Shinshu Derby, named after the historic region of modern-day Nagano, is iconic in Japanese football, despite having only happened 10 times, with 8 of those meetings coming in the regional Hokushin League. The last time the two clubs met was in 2011 in the JFL, and despite all these meetings coming below the J.League, the rivalry is so intense that a documentary called Classico on the Edge was made about it. And these were the scenes at Matsumoto Yamaga's Alwin Stadium before their JFL clash against AC Nagano Parceiro in 2011. This, remember, was below the J.League. Let's hope we get another Shinshu Derby soon. So that was Football Destinations Japan, Nagano. Let me know your thoughts on the football scene up in the mountains. And do you support Matsumoto Yamaga or AC Nagano Parceiro? Feel free to let me know. Thank you as always for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, I'd be hugely grateful if you could subscribe for more videos on all things Japanese football. Thank you for watching.